Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Not a bad day yesterday, temperature-wise. However, I am really glad the HVAC dude came back and fixed my AC before the weekend. There's some foreshadowing for you. Here's your second OMG fact of the year about pelicans. We already knew that they can fly up to about 10,000 feet, and today we learned that their pouches underneath their bills can carry 3 gallons of water. And, contrary to popular belief, the pouch does not hold food. Anyhow, we do have some news, so shall we? A tragic workplace shooting took place in Odenton on Monday morning. Anne Arundel County Police were called to the Smith bus service on Bucklina Avenue at about 10:15 a.m., where they found a 45-year-old Monette Marie Stevenson of Middle River suffering from a fatal gunshot wound. She was pronounced deceased at the scene. Investigators quickly identified the shooter as her estranged husband, a 48-year-old man also from Middle River and an employee of the same bus company. He was later located at a rest stop in Hamilton, New Jersey, where he took his own life as law enforcement approached. This marks the 8th homicide in Anne Arundel County so far this year. The investigation is ongoing in collaboration with the New Jersey State Police. Hey, if you're prone to pushing the speed limit through school zones, you might want to ease off the gas a little bit. Starting on June 19th, Anne Arundel County will activate another automated speed enforcement camera in Glen Burnie near Oakwood Elementary School on Oak Manor Drive. It'll operate Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., targeting drivers during school hours to help keep the roads safe for students. There will be a 15-day warning period before actual citations do kick in, so consider this your official heads up and a chance to save yourself a ticket. Big congratulations to Chelsea McDonald, a 4th grade teacher at Lothian Elementary School who's been named the 2025 Elementary School Outstanding Mathematics Educator by the Maryland Council of Teachers of Mathematics. This is the first time a teacher from Anne Arundel County has received this honor since 2020. McDonald, who's been with the county for 11 years, said the recognition reflects the support she receives from her school community. The award celebrates teachers who go above and beyond to bring math to the life in the classroom, which, let's be honest, is no easy equation, so congratulations to Chelsea. Hey, you want to get ready for an event that sounds really very cool. It combines horsepower and creativity. Live Casino and Hotel Maryland is hosting Cartastic 2025, which is a car and art show on Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The one-day outdoor show is going to feature luxury, exotic, and vintage vehicles alongside live art, music, and local eats. Proceeds are going to benefit the Chase Your Dreams initiative. Attendees can enter to win a 60th anniversary Ford Mustang. Yes, that's the real car, and I can't believe it's 60 years old. And live rewards members actually get extra entries with a ticket. Plus, there's going to be themed food and drink specials up there all month long, including a retro brunch and a cheeky East Meets Mustang cocktail. Details are all up at maryland.livecasinohotel.com. And as we start to close, today is Ticket Tuesday, and Ram's Head On Stage, as always, has hooked us up again. And here's what we have coming up this week. Smooth jazz artists Patrick Lamb and Lynn Roundtree on the 22nd, and Davy Knowles and Chesapeake Sons on the 26th. If you'd like a pair to one of those, get in touch with me, and I may hook you up. And you know what? I know a secret about the Annapolis Songwriters Festival, but you're going to have to stay tuned to eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later today to hear about who the headliners might be. All right, that's a wrap on the news, but first a quick thank you to you for listening and sharing and letting all your friends and colleagues know about us, and to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and MacMedics. Now you need to hang tight because we have your local Anne Arundel County weather coming right up in about a minute, along with a new feature we're trying out, Storytime, from the Chesapeake Crossroads Heritage Area.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel County. Here's your hot weather forecast for the next few days. Today, you can expect a muggy start with a chance of early morning rain. Highs near 79, cooling down to about 68 overnight. Tomorrow, you'll want to keep that humidity meter running. Temps climb into the upper 80s under sticky sun-cloud combos. Afternoon thunderstorm chances do return. Lows will drop to about 75 degrees overnight, so I'm glad my AC got fixed yesterday. Thursday, the heat does crank up again. You want to look for highs near 90 in that familiar steam bath humidity. Clouds and sunshine will tag team most of the day. We'll cool off to roughly about 75 degrees overnight, which is a slight relief. But as we look ahead, the rest of the week sticks with the hot, humid afternoon storm script through Friday. Friday through Sunday may actually offer a bit more sun and a dash less humidity, and it looks like a really nice weekend if you're a fan of summer. Temps will be from the mid-70s to the low 90s for highs, but of course, the storm could pop up at almost any time as well. So basically, we're in a typical Maryland summer. Stay cool, keep the umbrella close.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Hey guys, it's story time. We're going to try something new for the summer. Story time, courtesy of the Chesapeake Crossroads Heritage Area, which has a ton of great ideas to really dig deep into our wonderful Anne Arundel County. You can check it all out at ChesapeakeCrossroads.org, but gather around for today's story. On June 19th, 1919, 106 years ago this week, the 106-foot-long steamboat Emerson C. Harrington began offering regular ferry service across the Chesapeake Bay for vehicles. Old Harrington, as she became to be known, would depart from the Annapolis-Claiborne Ferry Wharf, which was at the foot of King George Street, twice a day and run across the bay to the village of Claiborne, just north of St. Michael's, a trip that took about an hour and 20 minutes. While small ferries for people and horses and cargo had been part of the maritime commerce on the Chesapeake and its rivers since colonial era, the growth in car ownership and an expanding national highway system in the early 20th century created a new demand for crossing the bay with vehicles. The ferry not only connected the people of the western and eastern shores, but also connected their markets, goods, families, institutions, and ideas. The eastern shore's early growing season meant that it could offer ripe produce weeks before the truck farms on the western shore, allowing rural eastern shore farmers and watermen to access larger markets in Annapolis, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. Today, more than 90,000 cars cross the Bay Bridge spans on a single day in the height of summer travel. In its first 3 years, the Claiborne-Annapolis Ferry transported 18,000 cars. In 1930, the Chesapeake Ferry Terminal opened on Kent Island, reducing the travel time for ferry passengers to and from Annapolis. A new landing just south of Sandy Point State Park became the Annapolis Terminal in 1943, shortening that trip even more. Serious discussions about building a bridge across the Chesapeake Bay had been ongoing since at least 1907, but only gained traction in the 30s. Perhaps the public sentiment to finally build a bridge was in part because of the wait to board the ferry during the summer days of the 40s when cars, produce, trucks, and tractor-trailers queued up for 6 or 7 miles. An all too familiar view to most of us today when we wait to cross the bridge on our way to the shore. In 1941, the Maryland State Roads Commission acquired the ferry company, renaming it the Chesapeake Bay Ferry System. Ferry service was discontinued on July 30th in 1952, the same day that the new Chesapeake Bay Bridge was opened. If you're interested to learn more, you want to check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon today for a really fun article, and we're going to have links galore for you, including Sandy Point State Park, the Naval Academy, the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park, historic London Town and Gardens, the Galesville Heritage Museum, and, of course, Chesapeake Crossroads Heritage Area. Pretty cool stuff.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park for Apple authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.